Hello, Ingress Agent 57 Cell here, and in this video I want to teach you how you can find an arrangement of portals that gives you a pure homogeneous field. Now, if you don't know what a homogeneous field is, see my other videos on the topic, but basically a pure set of homogeneous fields means you've got the same number of layers everywhere in your fielded zone, and you've used every single portal there. There's not a single spare portal that you didn't use. So these can be quite tough to find. You can see this agent here from the pinkish red faction. They've found a set of portals that make a 3-layer homogeneous field, but not a pure one. There's extra portals they had to ignore. If you want to make a 3-layer homogeneous field, it's pretty easy. Find a triangle with 4 portals inside, and there's about a 40% chance that you can build that into a homogeneous field, and then it will be a pure homogeneous field with 3 layers. Unfortunately, if you want 4 layers, the job gets much harder. You need exactly 13 portals inside a triangle, or it won't be a pure homogeneous field, and even then there's only about a 1 in 100 chance that you'll have a homogeneous structure out of those randomly distributed 13 portals. So that's pretty hard to find. If you want a pure 5-layer field, and if you start with a triangle with just the right number of portals, 40 portals inside, there's only about a 1 in 25 million you'll be able to build a homogeneous structure out of that. Does that mean this is impossible? No, it just means that's the wrong way to look for a pure 5-layer homogeneous field. Instead of randomly finding triangles with the right number of portals, we need a way to zoom in on promising candidates and then fish out the 5-layer fields from those. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to use the fact that a high-layer homogeneous field is made up of 3 simpler homogeneous fields joined together edge to edge in a big triangle with 1 layer thrown over the top. So if you can find 3 pure 4-layer fields in just the right pattern, you've found a pure 5-layer field. So to do that, we start with a single link. What you're looking at here is a collection of 10,000 portals just randomly scattered everywhere, and these 2 agents have made that base link, and now they're going to be finding portals which, when you make the triangle on that link, the triangle contains exactly 13 portals, just the right number for a 4-layer homogeneous field. Every time they find a triangle like that and make the field, an agent from the Pokemon faction destroys the triangle, so you can see the portals they found marked in yellow, and you'll see an amazing pattern appearing there. The portals that are just perfect with just the right number of other portals covered, they form 2 bands, almost straight lines across the playfield. I should point out that not every one of those yellow portals can be the apex of a 4-layer homogeneous field. They've just been counting portals. They haven't checked the structure yet, but the portals they will want will be on these 2 straight lines. If you move that base link, the lines of candidate apexes for your pure field, they move up and down or rotate with it, with the base link. If you shrink the base link, the candidates move further away, and if you grow it, they get really close. So if you're looking for a pure homogeneous field, this tells you a few things. First of all, it tells you where to look. There's these 2 parallel lines of possible apexes for your field. It also tells you that there's actually infinitely many possibilities, assuming your city is infinitely large. And it also tells you that most pure homogeneous fields are going to be really, really thin. Now, these agents have been busy marking candidates for a 3-layer homogeneous field. Now they're going to come back and join pairs of candidates for which the side is also a 3-layer homogeneous field. Now keep an eye on that flashing area there. What you'll see is every single pair of candidates, the actual link between them passes through that flashing zone. Let's see that again. That flashing star point is on the same line as the original base link, about half its length away. So that tells you, out of the infinitely many candidate apexes for the top and bottom fields, where are the candidate pairs to make the side field have the correct number of portals as well for your pure homogeneous field. Alright, now I know that might sound a bit complex, so let's see how this works. In this town here in Germany, it's called Erfurt. I've never been there. It looks like a pretty good place for ingressing, a lot of portals there. So I'm going to try to build a plan for a pure homogeneous field right here in this town. The first step is to pick 2 portals and draw a link between them. So let's do that right now. And there we go. Done. Now the next step is I'm going to try to find triangles that have that as a base, in which we can build a homogeneous field of say 3 layers. So I'll need exactly 4 portals inside each one, arranged just right. Let's check this. There's 4 portals, sure enough. But the question is, can we choose one and join the corners to that one in a way that separates the other 3 into 3 individual small triangles? Let's just try that. So can we use that portal, for example? Does that separate the other 3 portals into 3 groups? It doesn't look like it. Those 2 close to the base link are both in the bottom triangle. But what if we use that portal? It's really close. Now, the question is, that neutral portal there, I really want that to be in the tiny thin triangle in the bottom, and it looks like it is. Which is great news, because that means we have found a candidate pure 3-layer field on this portal. I'm just going to mark the top apex with a yellow marker now. Alright, so I've chosen yellow, I picked markers, and done. The marker is there. Now I can delete that red triangle now. I mean, it's great that it's a pure 3-layer field, but we're after a pure 4-layer field here. So I need to find lots of candidate 3-layer fields with that original link as the base link. I know that the apexes will all be roughly the same distance away from the link as that first one. So there, that's only got 3 portals inside. That's no use. But every candidate apex will be about that distance away. That's going to be too far away. It'll have too many portals inside. The portals really close to the line will have too few. You really don't have to check them. So let's try this portal here. It's about the right distance away from that link. 1, 2, 3, 4 portals inside. And can we find a good splitter that separates the 3 other portals into 3 individual triangles? It looks like that portal there, once again, will do fine as a splitting portal. So that's great. Let's mark the apex again, as we did before. Delete that triangle and just keep looking for these candidate 4-layer fields. You don't want to only find candidates above your target line, you also look below it. And not just above and below either, but also out to the right and to the left as well. Just find as many candidates for pure homogeneous fields as you can. It looks like that portal Pier 37 just won't work. Even though it's got the right number of portals inside the triangle, there's no way to split them with one of them so the other three are in three separate triangles. Eventually you'll have marked a whole lot of candidate portals. Any one of those with a yellow marker would make a 3-layer homogeneous field with that base link. So now we want to choose 2 of them, one above the line and one below the line, which makes another pure 4-layer homogeneous field off the side. And how do we identify where? We measure about half the length of that link, so that's about 450 meters. Half of that is 225, so if I go 225 meters out to the side there, I'd expect that the line joining the portal above with the portal below should pass through about the center of that circle there, around about through that circle. On the other side, 225 meters out, let's just measure that, that's about there. So I'd expect that if I draw a line from a portal above to a portal below through that circle, I will get a candidate at least for a 4-layer homogeneous field on the side. The reason you go that far out is just to make sure you get about the right number of portals inside. It's not going to guarantee they have the right arrangement. And if you look here, this triangle, it's about the right distance out, but there's only 2 portals inside. That's because the portal density off to the left suddenly drops off, and we actually have to go a lot further out to get a portal, to get a triangle with the right number of portals inside. So there, that one. That one has 4 portals inside. Unfortunately, they are not arranged properly to make a pure homogeneous field. So that's just tough luck. Let's have a look over on the right hand side of that link now. Now we're going to try to make a pure 3-layer homogeneous field with these 2 portals, Matilda and Brunnen im Langenarme. If they don't work, there's a whole bunch more portals we could use off to the right. We could try and join them with Haus zum Löwen or Teufelseck. But let's give these 2 a go first. There's the triangle. Does it have the right number of portals inside? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's good news. And can we find one that lets us, that if we join it, the anchors to it, if we join the corners to it, it separates the other 3 into 3 separate triangles? Clearly not that one. That leaves an empty triangle at the top. What about this one? That's going to leave an empty triangle at the bottom. So what about, oh, that one? That one, I think we have a winner. We have a winner here. So if we join the 3 corners to that one, then each of the top triangle, the bottom triangle, and the side triangle will each have exactly 1 portal each. That will give us the plan for a pure 3-layer homogeneous field. And since that top corner portal Matilda and the bottom one Brunnen, they make a pure 3-layer field with the original red link that we drew, we've got 3 pure 3-layer fields all joined together, which will make up the structure for a pure 4-layer homogeneous field right here in Erfurt, Germany. So let's just continue drawing all the links for that plan so we can see how it will work. Let's draw all these links. Draw faster. No, faster. Draw faster. Draw faster. Faster, faster, faster. All the little links too. That's right. And stop. And there you have it. Just by looking for 3-layer pure homogeneous fields, we have a 4-layer pure homogeneous fielding plan for Erfurt, Germany. It would have taken much longer to look for a 4-layer plan directly, not just because it's hard to find triangles with the right number of portals inside, but it's also that much harder to check if you've got 13 portals whether it makes up a homogeneous fielding plan. So I used the method in this video to find a 5-layer homogeneous fielding plan, a pure 5-layer homogeneous fielding plan in my hometown. And I've collected all the keys for it, and so now I'm ready. And so today, I'm off to make some fields. Wish me luck.